Oh yes, I like this one.
Cami and Dav, a modern British couple in love and about to get married.
We met at the bowling alleys in Cokestall in Leeds.
Oh, well, these ones instead.
Didn't really think a lot to it, I think, until both families started getting a bit closer. No.
The families saw almost like the chemistry.
Yeah.
You know, and I think they've kind of like just stepped in and thought, well, wait a minute, how about them two?
Cami and Dav are both Sikhs, a community whose weddings can be a complex affair. Something wedding planner Gurjit Gill specialises in.
They're looking to have this big Sikh wedding. It's a big thing for the parents. They're either giving their daughter away or their son is bringing in a new member of the family.
In our culture, it's different. The daughter leaves the family home. So it's hard because I'm not just marrying Dav, I'm marrying the family and the extended family. So it's like, you know, it's daunting and it's scary.
Today, Gurjit's meeting both families. With 500 guests invited, they're viewing the venue for the wedding reception, a sports hall in Doncaster.
You can't see any of the sports hall floor because there's carpet in place. The green curtains are all taken out of the way, so they're all taken down and pushed out of the way, and it won't look like a sports hall.
Doncaster the Dome is more suitable for us, especially with the space. Yes, it is a sports hall, it is a sports centre, but it is also a blank canvas. We're doing a scale diagram over here, so let's have a look.
Dav has plans for a grand entrance, but he's not sure the sports hall's quite big enough.
Can we use any other entrances in here as well?
Yeah, by all means.
Unless you're going to drive in with a Bentley, you know, a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, with an elephant.
It's all about he's finally marrying the woman that he wants to be with for the rest of his life. He wants that big entrance to show his family and friends, we're here.
Dav's a respected professional musician who plays Bhangra. It's a music which originates in the rural farming villages in the North Indian state of Punjab, where Cami and Dav's families are originally from.
It's come from my blood, which is my dad dancing, my brother Amrinda, obviously, you know, it's a family affair. The spirit of the wedding is definitely going to be that hyper and that tempo and that much energy.
The Punjab's an area steeped in centuries of tradition, which both the couple and their families, Dav's mum and dad, and Cami's mum, are keen to celebrate. But for Cami, there's one family member who'll be missing the festivities.
Dad passed away about 4 years ago. In September, yeah, before 4 years in September. And that's basically the reason why he won't be with us. What hurts most is that my dad can't be there on the one day that I want him more than anything. And I think there's mixed emotions. You're angry, you're upset. At the same time, your heart just aches. And you do anything just for him to be there for that one day.
Today, with her dad absent, Cami and her mum are giving out the very first invite to the wedding.
Uncle जी तुम्हें की एक कार्ड ऊपर ना मुझे पता नहीं की लिखना.
The couple are marrying in their Sikh faith. For this, they need to get married here, a Sikh temple called a Gurdwara.
The first invitation, before we start distributing our wedding cards to anyone else, we have to give it to our Guru first.
To the priest, isn't it?
No, it's to our God.
This is the Guru Granth Sahib, considered by Sikhs as a living being, containing the holy scriptures which lay the bedrock of the Sikh faith.
We have to give something sweet, so it could either be a packet of sugar or an Indian sweet.
And what sweets are you giving your God?
Rasgulle. And it's basically just an Indian sweet. So yeah, it tastes nice. So if it's good enough for us, it's good enough for the man up there. I kind of got a bit emotional when my mum gave the card and kind of, you know, getting a bit teary-eyed because I'm thinking my dad would have been stood there with my mum and it would have been a family thing. And I think you miss something that you've not got more when it's not there, especially days like this.
Dav's wedding.
This is a very, very special sword. It's been passed down to generations, and it's been passed down to me, and now I'm going to use it at my wedding. So it's got some great significances to our family. I've been told that when the groom went to take the bride back to his village, which is a huge distance, this is seen as a form of protection, obviously. So you'd get like bandits and what we call dakus. They'd come and they'd obviously rob the bride because obviously she's wearing lots of gold. The groom, this is like, wait a minute, this is my wife. Who do you think you guys are? And that's the whole idea behind it. So that's another reason why, what I've been told anyway, why we use the sword even in modern days. We know that's not going to happen, but it's a cultural thing, and also I believe it's a religious thing as well. So it's beautiful. I'm really excited about it.
The sword, which Sikhs call a kirpan, is one of the key articles of faith, a symbol of the 10 gurus who shaped Sikhism and fought to defend the faith through the centuries. Today, at Kami's local Gurdwara in Doncaster, Sikhism's guardians come in a rather different form of the committee.
We work as a management team and we look after all aspects of the Gurdwara and our visitors.
Kami's meeting with them to finalise plans for her wedding ceremony.
My name is Gurjeet. I'm a wedding planner here. For today, camera we have here. Kami for bethuge for brat on the pella.
Got no room for that. No room, no spare room for.
Right.
You know, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੇਟਰ ਲੱਗਣੇ ਨਾ ਬ੍ਰੈਕਫਾਸਟ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨਾਸ਼ਤਾ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਖੁੱਲਾ ਹੋਈਦਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਧਰ ਬੱਚੀ ਬੈਠ ਸਕੇ
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਕਿੰਗ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ they're going to be cooking. I don't want to smell, no offense, but I don't want my outfit to smell out of roti and sabji.
We'll have a
Yeah, Uncle Ji, मैं ना तो कहना सी जितना इतना टाइम वास्ते नहीं होना मसी आधे घंटे वास्ते होना है Do you know what it is? If I'm honest with you, नहीं मैं तो ना सच दसा अंकल ओ मेरे वास्ते सारी तो बड़ी चीज हो यार That's alright, don't worry. That's my biggest concern.
Don't worry. We'll sort it out.
I was getting slightly steamed. I didn't really want to smell out of Indian curry on my wedding day, sat next to Dav.
जिन्ना टाइम भी थे क्योंकि साढ़े को सेपरेट रूम है कुछ नहीं है तो कोई सामान साढ़े को मैं सोना पे तित्ती पड़ो तो है मुझे कि साढ़े को लगी है ये तो सारे जो सेपरेट रूम शेयर कर सकते हैं
The priest saved the day. The blessings in there in God's house.
Were you worried then?
I was a bit concerned that is it going to is she going to fly off the handle a bit? How are we going to sort of control things?
In Doncaster, Kami and Davs are insisting on observing a Punjabi tradition.
So see you in 6 weeks.
Which see the bride and the groom split up.
We can't meet for 6 weeks or so prior to the wedding. And it's a cultural thing, more so from Dav's side of the family.
कि उस दिन मुंडा कुड़ी मिलते रहना थोड़ा जे चंगा नहीं लगता का
We take that on board and we say, okay, fair enough, we understand, you know, what you guys are trying to do, so we will respect that and just let it be.
So it'll be the final kind of farewell until the big day itself, so it's going to be a bit strange saying goodbye. I'll miss him, and he knows I will. But just imagine how different we're going to look on our wedding day.
That's true.
I'm going to see you like I've never seen you before.
Yep, pretty much.
And you're going to
Sure.
see me like you've never seen me before. Who loves Kami?
I know, Cam.
You do.
I do.
Oh. Bye-bye, and then... And you're going to see me. I hate saying farewells. I hate actually saying goodbye to anyone. Goodbyes to me are kind of shutting a door, and I don't like them. It's kind of you don't know when you're going to see them again. The countdown begins now, and I think it's reality hits home that not only is it 6 weeks to my wedding, it's 6 weeks till I leave. this house until I leave my mum. And that's where my emotions are going to go.
After her wedding ceremony, Punjabi tradition means Cami will move 1 hour from her hometown of Doncaster to here, Bradford, to permanently live with Dav and his family.
Oh, I want a daughter. Oh, really. Now I'm having one. I wish coming through.
Going to be coming into a new household. You know, she's leaving her home, and obviously Dad's not there as well, which is quite painful in itself. That's the reason for why I've got to make the transition as smooth as possible.
But before Cami's arrival, the family have another visitor coming to stay, one whose presence will be a holy blessing on the couple's marriage.
To have the Guru Granth Sahib come down to our house, it's just a huge honour. We treat it as a person, as a guru, with so much respect. It's unbelievable.
The Guru Granth Sahib holds writings of Sikhism's spiritual fathers, gurus who Sikhs believe were in communication with God. It means the Guru Granth Sahib, as the vehicle for the Maker's word, is accorded the status of a living guru.
In the Gurdwara, our Guruji sleeps in a bed, and that's how real the Guru Granth Sahib to us is.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh, Satnam Vaheguru Satnam.
Guru Granth Sahib is carried on the head as a mark of respect.
Dad's the eldest of the house, he's the leader, so out of respect, you know, we let Dad bring it.
A fan called a Chur Sahib, which usually consists of yak hair, cools the air around the Guru and keeps insects away.
हाँ जी, स्पेशल वास्ते गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी वास्ते कोई इसते और कोई किसी बात चीज वास्ते नहीं बरत सकते.
Guru Granth Sahib holds 715 pages. Considered the limbs of the living Guru. Written in an ancient version of Punjabi, all will be recited over the week. It means God is blessing Cami and Dav's Sikh wedding.
The whole Gurbani is going to be read throughout the 7 days. There's loads of other religious ceremonies that are going to take place as well, which I'm going to learn about. But yeah, it's the start. It's the start of the start.
Everything went well. बहुत अच्छा हुआ सारा कुछ. But still excited, you know.
And visitors also come. It's been a week since Guru Granth Sahib came to Dav and his family's home. It's now time for their special guest to depart.
The Guru Granth Sahib has been read from A to Z. My dad brought the Guru Granth Sahib here. I think the idea is for me to take it back. So it's a huge, huge honour. Okay.
Guru Ji Japo Satnam Satnam Ji.
At that point I was thinking that I've got not just the weight of the Guru Granth Sahib on my head or on my shoulders, but the whole family, the whole wedding is on my shoulders. I was going through quite a few emotions at that point. It was like 1,000, if not a million thoughts going through my head. Shivers down back of my spine. It's definitely a spiritual journey. I think there's a few more things I need to still kind of comprehend and understand, because I want to be able to do everything with full understanding of what's going on, why am I doing it, so then that way I put my heart and soul into it.
In Doncaster, Cami and her mum and friends are making Indian sweets from recipes hundreds of years old. It marks the start of a week's celebration leading up to the wedding day.
They're making me wait for this wedding, aren't they? It's the start of the wedding celebration. It's the Karahi. Everyone starts to get into the party spirit. Everyone gets together, everyone comes together, and it's just something out of this world. I think it wouldn't be, a Sikh wedding would not be the same without this.
This is thousands and thousands years old. Our mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, they all knew to make these things. If she can learn, then she will pass on to her children. But otherwise, if the mothers don't teach the children, it will die.
It was my graduation. You know, I remember my father being the most proudest father ever. I expected him to be like this on my wedding day, but he isn't going to be there. And I think what I miss the most is being able to say goodbye to him. Because I would have then been able to say goodbye, you know, when my dudley goes, which is when I depart from my house here and go to Dav's house. It's going to be hard because I'm not going to get that big hug. There's going to be a massive big hole. Without him, it's not going to be the same.
Now this is some proper farming. This is what it's all about, being a bit rural. Hello, Jermaine.
Dav and his family are having themed parties in the lead-up to the big day.
Is that it? That's it, Sky.
Today, Gurjit's been asked to organise one which takes him back to his roots.
You can't get more dissy than this.
By recreating a Punjabi village in his back garden.
I wouldn't say it's a typical Sikh night, I'd say it's a typical Punjabi night. There's a bit of a difference because Sikh is religion and Punjabi is cultural. This is the kind of thing that we miss. We get like the baseball caps and t-shirts and the jeans, but we miss being Punjabi. In the marquee, what we had was like a live Desi session. That's how it was back in the days. We didn't have the luxuries of mics and speakers and amplifiers and whatever. What you saw there was exactly how it was back in the Pind, back in the village.
They're all happy, you know, but on the boys' side it's always a different kind of celebration because they're going to get a new addition into the family. I mean, Cammie's going to have Dav, but she's going to leave her home.
The night before the wedding, and the last of Cammie's parties, the Maya.
It's my last day of freedom. I get married tomorrow.
How are you feeling about that?
Sunk in now.
Cammie's prepared as tradition decrees a Punjabi bride should be. No makeup is worn. Skin is rubbed with turmeric, a traditional cleanser in rural Punjab. Wedding bangles are adorned by Cammie's brothers. Kalira are attached, making it impossible for the bride to carry out any further household tasks, a recognition that the bride is moving to another home.
She does get quite emotional. It's one of them. I know if I were getting married, I'd probably be the same. So, but the thing is, with me, I'll be staying at home anyway. So.
It's supposed to be a celebration, but it doesn't feel like it's me. I leave everyone in that room, and I start a whole new family somewhere else. It's hard. It's hard.
You can see them again in the room.
It's not the same, is it? It's never going to be the same.
The Maya ends with Cammie's family dancing with lit pots called jago on their heads, holding sticks called gungrews. symbolic of the late-night tradition of waking up the entire village to announce a wedding the next day. Dav's also following tradition.
The reason why we're going to wear the pug on the day is because it's supposed to represent being Sikh.
My baby getting ready.
As I just sat there, I went through a little bit of an emotion because obviously these guys are the elders. And as these guys were putting the pug on to me and preparing me for it, it felt like I was going from childhood into manhood. And I'm just like, whoa, I'm actually getting married.
It's been over 6 weeks since Cami and Dav last saw each other. Today ends all that.
Well, this is it now. I'm going to go get her.
You ready, Cami?
No.
Wedding planner Gurjit's at the Gurdwara already, waiting.
You need to park away so that then Dav doesn't see.
In Punjabi tradition, it's the groom who wears a veil, which is beaded and called a sera. It prevents him seeing the bride.
Once Cami arrives, because really he can't sort of see her, she needs to come in, go into the temple. You look beautiful. Don't worry, it's all going okay. Yeah? Don't stress.
It seems as if it's the first time I'm meeting him again. And that scares me. It's scary.
I'm feeling perfectly fine. I was a little bit stressed out earlier this morning, obviously, but I had a bit of a nap in the car. I think which calmed me down a bit.
It all starts now.
Cami and Dav's families have gathered in front of the Gurdwara for a traditional greeting. It's called a milni.
Cami's eldest brother is standing in for Cami's dad, and they're greeting each other with garlands to sort of welcome each other. Before, when going back in India and back in the time, they'd never met them before. This was the first time. Really, it's supposed to be like a first meeting, but now people meet, you know, beforehand.
There's one person absent at Cami's wedding, and here, in a Sikh ceremony, there's a reminder.
Well, make sure you've got enough slack down there.
Yes, that much is got enough on the other side for Cami to hold. Yeah.
Cami's father would hand over one end of the scarf Dav's wearing to signify he's giving her away. But today, in his absence, Cami's uncle fulfills that duty. At any Sikh wedding, Guru Granth Sahib holds court. Certain holy scriptures he holds are recited, and then sung in hymns. As the couple circle Sikhism's revered and living Guru, Cami's brothers are on hand to guide their sister. And once the fourth circle is completed, in the eyes of God, the couple are married.
You look amazing.
And to conclude,
it is my duty to remind you of the solemn and binding character.
The Gurdwara's committee's registrar puts a legal stamp on the marriage.
I,
Devinder
Singh,
do take thee to be my lawful wedded wife.
In Doncaster, the sports hall's been transformed.
This is the entertainers getting ready for their entourage.
And the plans laid for Cami and Dav's entrance are about to be put into action.
So basically what it is, we're a Bhangra dance team. It's actually from a farming background. It originates from northern India, Punjab. So the dance moves are basically originated around the actual culture, the farming culture.
When the crops grow, they grow, as you know, the sun rises. And then after the sun rises, we got to cut the crops, which is another one dance move. Yeah. And it goes 1.
Certain traditions at Sasha and Blood's wedding in Doncaster, Cami and Dav are also making their entrance to the farming dance that is Bhangra. The last part of Cami and Dav's wedding.
Ready, wait now, Ray. Go on.
And the most difficult. To wish her family well, Cami scatters rice into the four corners of the room. Marking the time to leave.
Just let me know what I'm listening.
सर्टिफिकेट ना थोड़ी दी हैगी है ना
Dav's dad scatters coins as Cami's family give her a traditional send-off. And her oldest brother accompanies her as she heads into a new life.
It's not that bad, is it? Come on, it's only Dav, he's alright. Shut up, come on. We're not all going to get married one day, are we? Come on, he's alright. He'll look after you. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਰੱਖਾਂਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ
Bradford, Cammie's new home, and a tradition centuries old, originating thousands of miles away, steps into a front room in northern England.
Come on, both of you.
Games to cheer up a bride missing home. As their wedding day comes to an end, Dav and Cammie have been witness to how tradition, for better or for worse, survives the test of time and distance.
You're not allowed to come in.
Why not? That's my bedroom.
It's Cammie's bedroom now, isn't it? Bedroom?
Oh, no, sweetie. Eh? I think
It's hard. It's hard, as I can say. Because there's so much been going on, so many emotions, and you know, you become stronger through experience. And this was something I needed to experience to become stronger.
Overall, I think we'll be fine, you know?
Yeah.
To make you feel my love.
Next tonight on BBC HD, testing the general knowledge and geographical knowledge of the panel with Stephen Fry and QI.
There to dry your tears. I could hold you for a minute.